What's going on, everyone? So I just drank an entire pot of coffee, and I drink a lot of coffee, but it's been about 2 weeks since I've drank coffee, and I kind of did it, in preparation for this live stream. So I'm ready to go uh, answer some questions about Tangem. I'm going to cover some of the biggest questions, some security concerns, and then some more general questions, as well as tell you about their summer sale that they're having, which is going on now to June 16th. But yeah, it's nice to be back. I've been sick for the last 2 weeks, and I'm a new dad, so combine those two. Um, it's been it's been a good time, but I haven't had time to do any of these YouTube live streams or really anything YouTube, which is my full-time job. So I guess you could say I'm taking a little bit of leave, but I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. Anyways, I'm probably going to be rambling a lot, but just like all my videos, I want to make sure this is as valuable as possible. So if you have any questions about Tangem, make sure to drop them either in the comments if you're watching this later, or right now if you're watching a live stream, just drop it in the chat and I'll get to your questions at the end of this kind of presentation that I have. But first things first, I want to tell you about the sale that's going on. Tangem, they're having a 20% off sale if you use my code CybersGorilla. So their sale on their website gets you 15% off. They gave me a little extra discount for all of you guys if you want to take advantage of this. Again, it's going on till June 16th. And 20% off is usually the best sale that they do. I think even their Black Friday sale was 20% or maybe 25%. So if you are interested in getting a Tangem wallet or maybe the Tangem ring or both, then now's a good time to do it because you do get that 20% discount. With that said, I want to go over some common questions that I've seen with the Tangem wallet, starting with some of the biggest concerns. And again, these are comments that I've gathered over the last 2 to 3 years since I've started this channel and have been using Tangem. And one of the main things that I've been seeing lately is that Tangem fees are terrible. Now, there's a caveat to that. So Tangem doesn't have fees to use their wallet. Like cold wallets don't charge fees. The only cost of using a cold wallet is the initial purchase price. So let me bring this up here. But there are fees for using certain features within the app. So for example, if you want to buy, sell, or swap crypto in the Tangem app, then you are paying these third-party providers various fees. So I found that buying and selling crypto directly in the Tangem app is actually really expensive. And this is because of third parties that charge their fees. So not only are you paying the blockchain fees, which is just the cost to use the network that the crypto is on, but you're also paying additional premium fees for these third parties that are allowing you to swap or buy or whatever directly in the Tangem app. So personally, what I like to do is if I'm buying crypto, I buy it on my preferred exchange, and then I send it to my Tangem wallet. Likewise, if I'm selling crypto, I like to just send that crypto to my preferred exchange and sell it there. And even with the blockchain fees, that you get for the transfer, you're still going to come out ahead, usually if you're buying or selling on an exchange. So I don't like to buy or sell directly in Tangem unless I'm in a pinch and I really need to, but it is nice to know that it's always an option. One other thing that I want to touch on is the swapping. Now, when swapping crypto directly in Tangem, I've actually found it comparable to swapping on my preferred exchange. So I do swap crypto often in Tangem. Like a lot of people ask me if you can swap like Ethereum for Bitcoin. You can absolutely do that. And the fees are going to be pretty comparable to if you do it on an exchange. So for me, I will swap on Tangem, and I don't usually buy or sell crypto on Tangem. But as far as just using your Tangem wallet, there's no fees to use it, to just send crypto to it and secure your crypto, right? Another big concern that I see asked pretty often is what happens if Tangem shuts down, like the company or their app disappears. There's a couple of parts to this. So first off, if Tangem were to shut down, and let's say you have the Tangem app on your phone, the app doesn't magically disappear from your phone, right? As long as you have it downloaded, it's going to remain there. Now, the next question would be, well, would the app still work? Well, since Tangem's app doesn't rely on Tangem servers to function, for the most part, you'll still be able to do basic things like send and receive crypto. So worst case, you would still be able to send your crypto out of your Tangem wallet to like a different kind of wallet if you needed to. The only things that rely on Tangem servers would be like there's certain features in there like the buying and selling and swapping features, as well as like staking. So all those features they probably wouldn't work if Tangem, just completely up and disappeared. Um, but the basic functions, sending and receiving, those rely on the blockchain, so those would not be affected. So you'd still be able to use a Tangem wallet. So yeah, it's a good thing. Now, if you set up your Tangem wallet with a seed phrase, this is even less of a concern because as long as you have your seed phrase, you can take that seed phrase and import it into basically any wallet, whether it's Ledger, Trezor, LEPOW, whatever it may be, and you can access your crypto that way. So if you have your seed phrase, it's even easier and even less of a concern if Tangem were to go out of business. But ultimately, if Tangem shuts down tomorrow, you're still going to be able to access your crypto and get it off the Tangem wallet if needed. Another one that I've been seeing a lot of questions about is what phones is Tangem compatible with. So Tangem is a mobile-only wallet, and it's compatible with iOS and Android mobile devices. Now, the only Apple or iOS devices that Tangem is not compatible with is, I think, iPhone 6 and earlier models, so iPhone 6, 5, etc. And then as far as the Android models, I'm not completely sure, but basically, the older it gets, the less likely it is to be compatible. But for sure, like phones within the last 5 years are likely to be compatible with Tangem. The thing that you want to ensure is that your phone has full NFC support because Tangem is an NFC wallet. And one thing I like to tell people to do before you even buy a Tangem wallet is just download the Tangem app, make sure that you can download it, and then that's already a good sign. You can also just Google your phone model, is my phone compatible with Tangem? And it should be able to tell you. One thing I've been seeing is that iPhone 15 and 16 is not compatible with Tangem, which is not the case. I have an iPhone 15 Pro, and I've been using it with my Tangem wallet without any issues. So that's just been my experience. But yeah. Another thing, seed phrase versus no seed phrase. You can set up your Tangem wallet without a seed phrase. A lot of people like to do this. That way they don't have to keep track of that 12 or 24 word phrase. So that is the pro to that. Now, the problem with using it as a seedless wallet, let's say you have 3 Tangem cards and you lose all of your cards or they all get damaged somehow, you would actually lose access to all of your crypto because you don't have that seed phrase to recover it. Now, it's not super likely that you would lose all of your cards or that they'd all get damaged at the same time. But that's just a risk that I'm not willing to take. And that's why I prefer to use Tangem with a seed phrase. And that way I can create as many backups as I want with my Tangem wallet. Because let's say, I have my seed phrase, but I lose all 3 of my cards or whatever it may be. I can take that seed phrase and either import it into a new wallet. It doesn't even have to be Tangem. Or, I could buy another Tangem wallet and recover it in that Tangem wallet. So my preference is I like to use a seed phrase. Tangem preference is don't use a seed phrase because that's how most people lose their crypto, is somehow they expose their seed phrase like to scams and things like that. But if you feel confident in your ability to not leak your seed phrase, which is pretty simple, you just don't share it with anyone and you don't enter it online, then the seed phrase might be a good choice for you. Just depends on what you're comfortable with. All right, now some security concerns regarding Tangem, and they're not all concerns, but just more questions that I've seen regarding Tangem. Someone asked in a post recently, is Tangem air gapped? So air gap would mean that there's no like external forms of communication to the internet or other devices. So that would be like a USB port, Bluetooth, NFC. That said, Tangem is not an air gapped device. It's not an air gapped wallet because it is an NFC wallet. And that is, a form of external communication. That's the only way that it communicates with your phone. That said, air gapped wallets, the whole like air gap term is more of a marketing thing than anything. Air gap wallets aren't necessarily any more secure than a non-air gapped wallet. Sure, there are less ways that you could potentially like download malware. If you eliminate the USB port, then you're not going to get malware through a USB, but you could still get it, through scanning QR codes if your wallet has a camera or something. So it's not like a guaranteed way to not get hacked. But I always say, air gapped is more of a marketing thing. So I'm not really worried about if my wallet is air gapped or not. Has Tangem ever been hacked? Now, technically, no. Tangem has never been hacked. They've been in business since 2017. They have produced more than 4 million cards, and not a single one has been hacked. However, I think about 6 months ago now, or maybe even longer, there was a bug in the Tangem app that was, if you had created a seed phrase using the Tangem app, I guess it was creating logs in the app. And if you opened a support ticket in the app, it was sending private keys to Tangem's support team. This was fixed like immediately the same day. So it's not a concern anymore. But no, it has never technically been hacked by someone external. And they've had multiple audits done. Recently, Ledger did an audit on the Tangem wallet. A lot of wallet manufacturers use Ledger security team to test the security of their wallets. And there was a vulnerability that was found, and that's completely normal with technology. And Tangem was able to fix that vulnerability. And this is actually a requirement in cybersecurity. You want to always be testing the security of your devices. If you aren't trying to hack stuff and break stuff, eventually your wallet is going to, it's not going to be secure. So it's a good thing that Ledger did find this vulnerability, and it's even better that Tangem was able to fix it. And this is a case for all wallets. All wallets will eventually have a vulnerability. As hackers get smarter, the manufacturers have to get smarter as well. So another question I often see is, what happens if I lose my phone or my card? So first, what happens if you lose your phone, but you still have all your Tangem cards? Nothing's going to happen if you lose your phone. No one is going to be able to access your Tangem wallet with just your phone. Likewise, you will still have access to your crypto. All you'd have to do is get a new phone, download the Tangem app, and then you scan one of your cards because your wallet's already set up. And then all you're going to have to do is enter your access code, which you create during the setup, and then you'll have access to all of your crypto again. So not a huge deal if you lose your phone, except for the fact that you have to buy a new phone, which sucks. Now, on the other end, if you lose one of your cards, is that a risk? It's not really a risk, because even if someone found your Tangem card, they downloaded the Tangem app on their phone and scanned your card, they won't be able to access your wallet because they don't know your access code. The only downside to losing one of your cards is if you don't have a seed phrase and you lose your card, that's one less backup that you have. But as far as someone else being able to access your wallet, not going to happen. And then one more thing regarding security is, do you have to update the firmware on the Tangem wallet? And you do not. Tangem is one of the only cold wallets that has a non-updatable firmware. So it comes from the manufacturer with the firmware installed in the chip that's in the card. So, you don't have to like pull it out of storage every 6 months to update the firmware. The only thing you ever have to update is the Tangem app, and this is for security updates, to get new features that they release, and support for any new networks or tokens. And everyone, if you have a phone, you probably know how to update your apps. All you have to do is go to your app store, type in like Tangem or whatever app it is, and if there is an update, there will be an update button. You just tap that, and the update will happen within a minute or so. So yeah. Super easy to use. You don't have to worry about any firmware updates. And then one more thing is, can you travel with your Tangem wallet? Now, Tangem is probably, in my opinion, the best cold wallet to travel with for a lot of reasons. Reason number one is it's discreet. It's literally just a card like this. This is the standard Tangem wallet, and this one is the stealth wallet. So see how there's no branding on it? There's nothing. It's just a blank black card. And they do have these on the website. You can get 20% off if you use that code in the description. This is probably my favorite version of their wallet, but it's super discreet. Also, they have the Tangem ring This is the exact same thing as a card. It's just in a ring. And yeah, I've traveled to various countries with my Tangem wallet, to Mexico, to Israel, and I've never had an issue going through the airport. No one has ever questioned me about it. And the Tangem wallets are immune to EMPs, electrostatic discharge, and X-ray machines. Plus, they're IP68 rated, so it's waterproof, dustproof, and resistant to extreme temperatures. So it's extremely durable. So if you're looking to travel with a cold wallet, you want to be able to access your crypto on the go, but you still want it to be secure. There's no better wallet in my experience than Tangem. So that's just my experience with Tangem. All right, now some more general questions. How many Tangem wallets do you need? So when you set up your Tangem wallet, you can only set up a maximum of 3 cards per set in the app. So you need a minimum of 2 cards to set up a wallet, maximum of 3. And there's no like set number of wallets that you should have as a crypto owner. That said, if you want to diversify your crypto, let's say you have, a lot of crypto and you want to keep it safe across different wallets, then you might want to get, multiple sets of Tangem cards, or even consider getting another brand of cold wallet to diversify your crypto across. The cool thing about Tangem is that you can have like upwards of 60 different wallets in your single Tangem app. So, if you have 5 sets of 3 cards, you can actually add all those sets to your Tangem app and then manage all those wallets individually within the same app on one phone. So if you want to go that route, you can definitely do that. Or if you feel comfortable just keeping all your crypto on one set of cards or one Tangem wallet, then you can do that. It's kind of up to you. And there's no set number of or amount of crypto that I would hold in a wallet. Again, it's really personal preference. Maybe, $1,000 is a lot and you want to just, put $1,000 worth of crypto on each wallet, or maybe you have a higher tolerance and you're okay keeping $10,000 on each wallet. It's really just up to you. How much can you store on your Tangem card? So there is no limit to how much crypto you can hold on a cold wallet. Even if you had $1 trillion worth of crypto, you could store it without any issues on one single wallet, one single Tangem wallet. The thing that I would rather ask is, does this wallet support the crypto that I want to hold? So Tangem supports over 80 different blockchain networks and over 15,000 cryptocurrencies. And if you want to check if Tangem supports the crypto that you plan to secure with it, just go to their website. You can use the link in the description. And if you just scroll down the homepage, there's a section that has supported coins and networks, and you can search for your coins or networks just to make sure that it does support those coins. And yeah, so there's no limit to how much crypto you can store in your Tangem wallet. Now, where is your crypto held? A lot of people think that your crypto is either held on the physical cold wallet or in the Tangem app with Tangem, and neither of those are true. Crypto is not stored on wallets. It's not stored on exchanges. There's only one place that crypto exists, and that is on the blockchain network. So what cold wallets actually hold and why they're so secure is the keys that are used to access and manage your crypto that lives on the blockchain. So in the case of Tangem, your keys are stored offline on the secure element chip inside the card, and that chip is extremely secure, and it's immune to all types of attacks. So that's where your crypto is held. Crypto is always on the blockchain, never on your actual wallet. Another thing, can you access your Tangem wallet on multiple devices? Maybe you have your phone and then your significant other, and you both want to have access to the same wallet. You can definitely do that. There's no limit to how many devices you can have hooked up to your Tangem wallet. The only thing I will say is, if you want to manage your crypto with one of the devices, you need the physical card to do that. And also to access a wallet, that other person or the other device is going to need the access code. So make sure that you have the access code and a card available for it. But for example, I have my Tangem wallet set up on 2 phones, and again, there's no issues with that. You just need the physical card and the access code to do it. Okay, so I blew through that pretty quickly. Again, I drank an entire pot of coffee, so I'm ready to go. But now I'm going to go through the live chat answer some of your questions. Again, if you have any questions, make sure you're dropping them in the chat. And if you're just joining, Tangem is having their sale until June 16th. You get 20% off your entire order using the code CyberScroll at checkout, which is better than Tangem Sale. If you go to their website, they have a sale for 15% off. My code gets you that additional 5% off. Link is in the description if you just want to, go straight to it. Otherwise, yeah, that's about it. And if you're watching this later, go ahead and drop your comments, any questions in the comments. Also, if you maybe don't have the means to get a Tangem wallet right now, that Cyber code will get you 10% off when there's no sale going on. So my code is good for 10% off 365 days of the year. So yeah, you can always use the code to get a discount, but right now you're getting double the discount until June 16th. So let's bring up some of these chats here. From Sono. Hi, I have bought SHX coin on MEXC. It's there on Stellar Network, and Tangem has SHX on the Ethereum network. How to send in my Tangem wallet. So if Tangem doesn't support the SHX coin on their wallet, then you're not going to be able to send it to Tangem. That said, it should technically support it because Tangem does support the Stellar network. So it should support any coins that's on that network. I would try going to the settings, then you tap manage tokens, and then tap the little plus icon up in the app. And this will let you add coins that aren't listed in the app. You can manually add them. So generally, as long as Tangem supports the network that your coin is on, such as in this case, you should be able to manually add the token so that you can send it. So I would try doing that. Crazy. I have a Ledger Flex and can't figure out how to put my HBAR on it. Is Tangem compatible with HBAR, or would I still have the same problem I have with Ledger? Thanks in advance. So the Ledger Flex does support HBAR natively in the Ledger Live app. All you have to do is go to the token section in Ledger Live and search for HBAR, and then just add the account, and then you'll get the receiving address and you'll be able to send it. So yeah, you shouldn't have any issues with the Ledger Flex. It sounds like you just might be a little confused on how to go about adding HBAR to your Flex. You also need to download the HBAR app on your Ledger Flex, which again, you do through Ledger Live. But yeah, if you want to use Tangem to store your HBAR, Tangem does support HBAR as well. So down under Jimbo, great to have Cyber back. Yes, it's great to be back. Again, just been super busy being a new dad. And then, I don't know, I've been super sick for 2 weeks. This is like the first day where I actually have my voice back completely. So I thought, hey, may as well lose my voice again by hosting a live stream. I forgot to get a water. And every time I host a live stream, by the time I'm done, my voice is shot. So hopefully, it at least lasts through this live stream. Caleb, thanks for all your helpful videos. Helped a lot. Yeah, definitely. And thanks for being here on the live stream. Now, if you have any questions about Tangem, if you go to my page here on YouTube and then tap playlists, I have an entire Tangem wallet playlist, and probably any questions that you have about Tangem, I've covered in a video. So you can just scroll through that playlist. And I mean, I've tried to make every single video about Tangem. So if you do have any questions and you want to watch a video about it, definitely check out that playlist or just drop a comment. Free Radical, is there a Tangem coming out with added or additional aspects? No, there's no new Tangem wallet coming out technically. Now there is Tangem Pay that's coming out, which is Tangem's self-custodial debit card. So it's going to be a cold wallet and debit card. My most recent update about that and when it's coming out was my last live stream. So if you want to see the updates on that, just go to my page, tap the live section, and you can watch that live stream where I cover all the details about that new product. So I guess that would be their only new product that they're coming out with that I know of. Down under Jimbo, one of my Tangem cards stopped allowing me to logo on it. Happy to have bought a 3-pack. I now need to buy another card to ensure I have 2 backups. Log on maybe. One of your Tangem cards stop allowing you to log on. Yeah, I guess it could happen. It is technology. I have 7 sets of Tangem cards, and none of them have failed me so far. So I guess I've just been super lucky with that. But definitely, I mean, I would say try reaching out to Tangem and just show them like a video or proof that your card doesn't work anymore. And maybe, they'll help you out. No guarantees. But they do have a 25-year product replacement warranty. So if there is some kind of like defect from the manufacturer with the card, maybe if it's popping up some kind of error code, it's worth reaching out to them. The worst they can say is no, we can't help you. So Kenneth just picked up a ring. How about a video on transferring card to ring on same app? So you may or may not be able to transfer or to access that same wallet that's on your cards on the ring. So if you have a seed phrase, you can definitely do this. If you don't have a seed phrase and your cards are set up as a seedless wallet, and you want all your crypto on your ring, you're going to actually transfer the crypto to the cards. Now, if you have a seed phrase and you want to access the same wallet that's on your current cards on the ring, then all you have to do is open up your Tangem app, go to the settings, and then tap add new wallet. And then you scan the ring and the 2 cards that it came with. And then you're just going to tap other options, import recovery phrase, and then import your seed phrase from your original set of cards. And that'll allow you to access your crypto on the ring. And then to switch between the different wallets in the app, you just swipe left and right at the top of the app. If you want to see a video on that, just type into YouTube how to add multiple Tangem wallets to the app. And I have a video showing you exactly how to do that. Down under Jimbo, can I add Tangem Ring to my set of cards? Again, you can do this. You should look up that video, how to add multiple Tangem wallets to the Tangem app. You can only do this if your current Tangem cards are set up with a seed phrase. You can just import that seed phrase onto the ring and the 2 cards that it came with. That's going to be the easiest way to do this. That way you'll have 2 sets of Tangem cards. So your original cards in the ring, but there'll be 2 different sets in the app. It'll be the same wallet, but different sets in the app. Again, I have a video showing you how to do that. Ricky versus World. I got my girlfriend and dad to get Tangem and start DCA Bitcoin. Life is good. Heck yeah. If your girlfriend and your dad are like newer to crypto or they're just newer to cold wallets, Tangem is by far the best option, in my opinion, to get someone started in the cold wallet world. And then, Bitcoin is, my opinion, a solid crypto to hold. So it sounds like you're setting them up for success, which is super cool. Good job. J. Rue. Just got a Tangem using your code just a couple weeks ago. Got the cards and finally transferred to it the other day. So this live is super helpful. Yeah, it's super cool. I'd be curious to know if you have like any hesitation setting up the wallet and transferring your crypto. Maybe I'd just be curious to kind of hear your experience because I know a lot of people who are just getting their first cold wallet. They're always scared to do that like initial transfer or to even set up the card. I've just found it's easiest to just go through the steps. It's not scary to set up a wallet. Nothing's going to happen during the setup. And then when it comes to like actually transferring crypto, you can always just transfer a small amount at first, like $5, just to test it out and ensure that you understand how it works. And then you can send the rest of it. But it sounds like you had no issues doing that. So super happy to hear that. Kevin Hawthorne, good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. Good afternoon, Kevin. Thanks for being here on the live stream. I bet it's pretty hot in Florida right now. I'm in the Northwest and it's hot, but it's really dry. I'm sure Florida is extremely humid. So Luke's Fights. Hello. Is there any news regarding NFT features for Tangem Wallet? Just to be clear, you can store NFTs on your Tangem Wallet. Like, I'm going to lower my seat here. So yeah, you can store NFTs using your Tangem Wallet. Like whatever, if Tangem supports a blockchain network that NFTs are on, then it supports those NFTs. So for example, since Tangem supports the Ethereum network, you can store any Ethereum NFT on your Tangem wallet. Now, the thing that Tangem doesn't have is native NFC support. So there's no way to view or manage those NFTs directly in the Tangem app. You would have to use some kind of external platform like the NFT marketplace, where you buy the NFTs to manage those NFTs. So if you're talking about native NFT support in the app, that is on their roadmap. I don't know the exact date when they said is going to be live. I would imagine sometime this quarter or at least by the end of the year. But as those updates come out, I'll definitely keep everyone updated here on the channel. But if you're just wanting to store NFTs on your Tangem wallet, again, you can send NFTs to your Tangem wallet and store them securely. You just can't use the Tangem app to manage those NFTs. You have to use an external platform. JRU, or just have phones set up for automatic updates. Yeah, you're talking about having to update the Tangem app. If you know how to set up your phone to do automatic updates, that's always an option. And that way you never have to worry about updating the Tangem app. It'll just update itself. That's always an option. Kingsmore XRP, can you talk about cashing out some crypto once we get close to the top? I have an entire video on this subject. If you just type in how to take crypto profit, type that in on YouTube. That's one of my best videos with different strategies on how to take crypto profit. I would, if you have a specific question, I might be able to answer it on the live stream. But yeah, I don't have any tips necessarily. Just in general, make sure you have like a set target price that you plan to take profit. Otherwise, you could end up, writing it all the way back down and then losing money. Not financial advice. And also maybe have like a couple different exchanges that you can use to cash out, because oftentimes when crypto goes crazy and everything's going up, some exchanges will experience technical difficulties. So it's nice to have other exchanges that you can rely on compared to just one. So maybe if you only have one crypto exchange that you use right now, consider setting up accounts on other crypto exchanges so that you're ready to go. RJ Santos, hello, Cyber, love your channel. Would you consider doing hot wallet reviews? Yes and no. I mean, hot wallets for me are just kind of like, use them when you need to. But I don't know if I would necessarily review them, because I don't recommend like storing crypto in hot wallets. I use hot wallets often, but the only reason I use them is to interact with decentralized applications. So let's say, you're trying to like buy an NFT or something, or mint an NFT on some random website. You'd want to just send like enough crypto to that hot wallet to mint the NFT. And then you can send that NFT to your cold wallet once you buy it. And the reason you do this is so that you never connect your cold wallet to any website. So I use hot wallets like burner wallets, and I don't store like any crazy amount of crypto in them. That way, if they are compromised, my entire portfolio isn't at risk. And yeah, I mean, most of the hot wallets on the market today are, like safe to use, but I would never recommend storing crypto in them. But, some hot wallets that I use are Phantom, MetaMask, Trust Wallet. Those are some of the most popular ones. Hold by Beer, how safe is it to create seed phrase on Tangem since phrase is shown on your phone? So, I've never had an issue. And again, 4 million Tangem cards have been created and not a single one has been hacked. And Tangem, the app, has a ton of features, security features that block anyone from being able to see your seed phrase. So even if you had malware on the phone, there's no way that malware can access what you're doing in the app, at least not right now as the app sits today. If you go to my channel and type in, or just go to YouTube and type in Tangem Wallet no screen, I have an entire video talking about the Tangem app and its security features, which kind of touches on like, is the seed phrase showing on your phone safe? Like one feature they have, if you set up your seed phrase on your phone and you try to screen record your seed phrase during the setup, you go back and watch that video and the screen is completely blank. And that's just one example of the security features that they have in the app. So I feel safe and have had success setting up my Tangem wallet with the seed phrase. That's just been my experience. Daniel, hi, do you have any updates on Tangem Pay? If you want updates on Tangem Pay, my last live stream, if you go to my channel, go to the live tab. My last live stream covers the most recent updates with Tangem Pay. Chris just came here to show support. I love my Tangem cards, slick and does the job. Great work. Thank you, Chris, for showing your support. Definitely appreciate that, especially on this Wednesday afternoon. Thank you. Daniel, congratulations on being a new dad. Yes, thank you so much. That's like another full-time job in itself. It's been very rewarding, but doesn't mean I, can quit doing other aspects of my life. So again, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things and get back to making some videos. So I appreciate you saying that, and I appreciate you being here. So no, how about gas fees and minimum amounts of ETH to cover the fees? I mean, I'm not sure, like in regards to what like you're talking about. Any wallet you use, like gas fees aren't determined by the wallet. They're determined by what network you're using and how busy that network is at the time of use. But yeah, I mean, whatever network you're using, you're always going to have that network's native cryptocurrency to cover any fees on that network. So yeah, that's what I'll say about that. Travel Man, can a damaged card simply be replaced with a new card for an existing wallet? Yes and no. If you have your current Tangem card set up with a seed phrase, yes, you would just buy the new set of cards and import your seed phrase onto the new cards. Again, there'll be separate sets in the app, but it'll be the same wallet. If you have your current Tangem card set up as a seedless wallet, then there's no way to add those cards to the current wallet. You would just have to transfer your crypto to the new set of cards. And that's, again, another reason why I like to use a seed phrase with my Tangem wallet. Ajnira, I probably butchered your name. I'm so sorry. But thank you for doing this video. I have Tangem and I've been struggling with using it. I'd be curious to know what you're struggling with exactly. I could maybe answer your question here on this live stream, or more than likely point you to one of my videos that I've already created that will likely answer your question. Jason Thrash, love my Tangem. Yeah, I mean, I'd say like 90% of people that I interact with on the channel who have a Tangem wallet have overall a great experience with Tangem, especially if this is your first cold wallet or even your first crypto wallet. Tangem is the most user-friendly cold wallet on the market. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying it. DeMarcus, a lot of crypto only have option to receive. How can we update to buy and sell? So a couple things. Buy and sell might not be available in certain areas of the world. So it depends on where you live. Certain states in the US, like New York, are super picky with the exchanges they allow their residents to use. So if you live in one of these states, the buy and sell feature might not be available in the Tangem app. And that's about it. Now, if you only see the receive option and you have crypto, like you have that crypto in your wallet and you want to like send it or something, but the send button is grayed out, then you need that network's native coin to pay for the transaction fees. And that's probably why that button is grayed out. But that's kind of like, another topic. If you just don't see the buy and sell button, then you probably aren't able to buy and sell that cryptocurrency. Again, it's either because the where you live, or that cryptocurrency simply isn't supported to buy and sell in the Tangem app. I will say the sell button, I believe, will be grayed out if you don't have that crypto in your wallet. So if you have a zero balance, then obviously the sell button isn't going to be there because you don't have anything to sell. That said, again, I don't usually buy and sell crypto on Tangem. It's just not very cost effective. You're paying a premium for basically the convenience. So I prefer to buy my crypto on my preferred exchange. I use Kraken, and I also sell my crypto on the exchange. You're getting better rates. Again, I only buy and sell like if I'm in a pinch on Tangem. Now swapping, I like to swap on Tangem. They have good rates, but buying and selling, I don't usually buy and sell with my Tangem wallet. Kenneth, Skrilla, my bad. How to video on transferring my long-term crypto from original card to new ring. An example, Tangem to Tangem transfer in app. It's all the same. So I don't know if you know how to transfer crypto or not, but the same way you transfer crypto from an exchange to Tangem is the same way that you transfer from Tangem to Tangem. It's literally always the same. Transferring crypto is always the same steps. You get the receiving address from the new wallet, then you go to the send wallet, you tap send, you paste the receiving address, and you hit the send button. Um, so yeah, if you know how to transfer crypto, then it's the same steps. If you don't know how to transfer crypto, you might want to watch my video. Just type it on YouTube, how to transfer crypto to a cold wallet. Watch that video. I also have a how to transfer crypto to Tangem wallet video, which again, it's always the same steps. I would go check out those videos. And Demarcus, okay, thank you. All right, so yeah, if you guys have any questions, definitely keep dropping them in the chat. Let me see here. But yeah, if you're just joining, Tangem is having a sale right now. It's called their Tangem Hot Day Sale. Now, if you go to their website, they're giving you 15% off. But if you use my code Cyberskrilla, you get that additional 5% off for a total of 20% off. And this applies to the Tangem wallet, which is just the normal cards like this one. And it also applies to the Tangem ring. So if you have been considering getting a Tangem wallet, or you need to get another set, or you want to buy it as like a gift for someone who's just getting into crypto, now's a good time to do it, because 20% off is about as good as it gets for discounts when it comes to Tangem. I think Black Friday, I think they had a 25% off sale. It could have been 20% off, but 20% off is super solid. So yeah, and again, that goes until June 16th. Otherwise, if you don't have the means to get a Tangem wallet now, my code Cyberskrilla will always get you at least 10% off your order year round, doesn't matter the day. But if you want that additional 10% off, now is a good time to do it. All right, we do have some more questions coming in the live chat, so I'll pull those up. Your dad, okay. Why they do not put option to buy different wallet card graphics on website? You can buy 2 or more of same graphics or family pack. Why do they not put it to buy 2 different wallet? It's really because of like the manufacturing process. They're made in batches, so they don't allow you to like mix. Like if you want like the Bitcoin logo with like the standard wallet, that's just not how they're produced at the manufacturer. They're produced in sets. So, let's say they make 1,000 of one kind of design. That's just how you have to buy it. You can't mix and match different designs. Mate, hi Cyberskrilla. I have a question regarding the non-default design cards on the backside of the cards. Does all the card designs have the tap to phone text? Is there one that has nothing saying NFC? Yeah, so let me show you exactly. You're talking about the stealth wallets. If you want a Tangem wallet that is completely blank, that doesn't have like any Tangem logo on it or anything, then go check out the stealth wallet. It's my favorite set they have. So this is exactly what the stealth cards look like. This is exactly what you get when you order the Tangem stealth cards. You're going to get 2 cards. You're going to get 2 stealth cards. These are exactly the same. These literally have nothing on them. No logo, no text, no anything. So you're going to get 2 of those that are completely blank. And then you're going to get 1 normal black card that has a Tangem logo as well as the text on the back. So you'll get 1 with the text and 2 with nothing on it. And I believe the reason that they have to include the 1 card with text is for legal reasons. I think, at least this was a case like a year ago. But yeah, that's what you get if you order the stealth wallet. You get 2 stealth cards with nothing on them, and then the standard Tangem card. Which again, it's my favorite. They have a lot of cool designs, but if you're just looking to be like as discreet as possible, those stealth cards are awesome. If I register 2 cards in one wallet and later one of them stops working and I want to register a new card in addition to the existing card, do I have to delete the wallet and re-register? Not exactly. You can add as many sets of Tangem wallets as cards to the app as you want, or at least like up to 60 different sets, which if you times 60 by 3, you're looking at like 180 cards that you could add to one app. It really just depends on how you want to set it up. I will say the only way you can have your new cards be the same wallet as your current cards is if you have a seed phrase, because you can import that seed phrase into your new set of cards. If you use Tangem without a seed phrase, then you can't add additional cards to that set of cards because there's no way to do that. But yeah, if you're wondering how to add multiple wallets to the Tangem app, go check out the video on YouTube. Just type in how to add multiple Tangem wallets to Tangem. Would like an entire video on swapping and the pros and cons of that generally. I think I have a video how to buy and sell crypto on Tangem. If you type that on YouTube, I may or may not go over swapping in that. Also, if you type in, or if you just go to my Tangem wallet playlist on my channel, also watch the video Tangem features. I have a recent video where I go over all of Tangem's features, and I have a lot of good info in there. If you have any specific questions about swapping, I would ask them here. The pros and cons of swapping in Tangem, I would say pros is that it's super convenient and you don't have to pay like additional transfer fees to transfer them to the exchange to do the swap and then transfer back. Cons is there might not be as many swap options natively in Tangem compared to your preferred crypto exchange. Now, as far as fees, in my experience, I've tested swapping on Kraken and swapping on Tangem, and the fees were comparable, like within $1. So that's my experience. Gowdy, is there any word on the Visa Tangem card release? Yes, if you go to my previous live stream on my channel, I cover the most recent update on Tangem Pay. Extra 5 gives additional 5% to the 20%, by the way. I haven't checked that, haven't confirmed that. So it's possible that you could be getting 25% off your Tangem wallet right now. I would have to check that, but for sure, you could try it out. If you're buying a Tangem wallet, go to the promo, add the promo code Cyberskrilla, and apparently if you add extra 5, you're getting an extra 5% off for a total of 25% off. I'd be careful though. Make sure when you go to checkout, like once you're past the shipping stage, make sure that you're actually getting the 25% off. It might cancel one of the codes, and it would suck if it canceled the 20% off one and you only got 5% off. So I would definitely be careful doing that. I tried to change it out by swapping in Tangem when I was $600 in plus fees. It was like $60 a transaction when I swapped off. And so be careful, it would cost you. Yeah, the swaps, it really depends on the type of cryptocurrency you're swapping, and you're still going to have to pay the blockchain transaction fees. So again, it depends on what network you're using. There's just so many variables when you're swapping. So it's the case whether you're using Tangem wallet or a crypto exchange. Mate, thank you for answering. Do you know if the other designs have the text at the back? Yes, all the only designs that don't have text on the back is going to be the stealth cards. All the other designs are going to have all the standard Tangem text. King's More XRP, do you think it's better to swap whatever crypto to USDC or RLUSD instead of trying to cash out on an exchange, being that exchanges might be a problem taking profits? So regardless of if you're swapping like in Tangem or on an exchange, you're still using a centralized exchange. The only thing I'd say is like to consider, it really depends on what you want to do with your crypto that you're cashing out. If you want to keep it in crypto, then you would swap it to a stable coin and just keep that stable coin stored in your cold wallet. If you want to cash out your crypto and actually be able to use it for real world things, whether that's bills or just like taking a vacation, then you probably want it in cash. So that's really up to you. Also keep in mind, at least here in the United States, whether you're swapping to physical like fiat cash or just swapping one crypto for another, that is a taxable event. If you made a profit, you will owe capital gains tax on that. Or if you lose money, then that could offset any gains that you had. Your losses will offset any gains. At least that's how it is here in the US. Does a long number on the card do anything for you? What is its use or possible use in the future to help restore or recover? So let me show you what you're talking about. So the long number here on the card, this is just a card identifier. You can't do anything with this number. The only real use for it is when you're like scanning a card or doing something in the app, it will tell you, hey, scan this card. You're scanning the wrong card. So it's just a card identifier number. It doesn't necessarily it doesn't give you any access to anything or anything like that. It's just a way to identify what card you're using in the app. Do like he says, don't swap in the cold wallet. It's freaking expensive. So swapping in Tangem is not any more expensive in my experience than swapping on an exchange. Buying and selling is more expensive. I swap all the time in Tangem, and again, the fees are comparable as using a crypto exchange. And again, it depends on the network and the crypto you're swapping. Can I make my own seed phrase with Tangem? So you can't make your own seed phrase. There's no such thing as like choosing whatever words you want. All seed phrases are derived from the BIP 39 word list, which is a list of over 2,000 words that all seed phrases are generated from. Now, the possible number of combinations of phrases that you can get from these 2,000 words is substantial. Like a huge number, it's like 1 with 100 zeros after it. That's how many possible combinations you can get. I will say, whenever you generate a seed phrase using a cold wallet, cold wallets use a true random number generator, which is always going to be more random than a human could ever generate, like choosing words from a list. Because humans, I guess how we work is like, we're just not as random as a computer can be. So it's actually more secure to let the true random number generator do its thing and generate the seed phrase for you. Now, there is one way you can kind of create your own seed phrase. So you have to set up your wallet just with the standard seed phrase, and then you can set up a hidden wallet. Now, a hidden wallet is your standard seed phrase that the wallet creates, plus your own unique word or phrase that you can add to the end of it, and this creates a hidden wallet, which you can do this with Tangem. And I do have a video on that. If you type in how to create hidden wallet on Tangem, my video should pop up. But that's the only way you can like modify a seed phrase, but you can't create your own seed phrase with your own words. That's not how wallets work. Master of Coin XRP. I ordered over 2 weeks ago. Package is still floating around Eastern Europe. Yeah, so that sounds like it's more of an issue with the shipping company, not necessarily Tangem. So maybe you could try reaching out to Tangem. Or it could be a problem with like customs or something. But yeah, shipping companies, sometimes they suck. So DeMarcus, you probably already covered it, but if I set up my wallet without a seed phrase, can I go back and set up a seed phrase later? Yes and no. I have a video talking about this exact subject. If you type in, just go to my playlist, go to the page, go to my playlist and type in go to the Tangem Wallet playlist, and you'll see a video that's like missing seed phrase. You can't add a seed phrase to a seedless wallet. You have to send your crypto off your Tangem card, then you have to factory reset the cards, then you have to reset them up using a seed phrase, and then transfer your crypto back. And I go over that entire process in my video. So definitely check that out. Austin, is a destination tag and memo required to send crypto from exchange to Tangem? No. So memo tags, they're only required when sending crypto back to an exchange. If it's asking you to enter a memo tag when sending to a cold wallet, you either just put nothing or put like 6 zeros. You don't need a destination tag to send to a cold wallet. The reason exchanges use them is because there's so many like different accounts and things. I guess it's just a way to help identify where that crypto is going on the exchange, but you don't need memo tags or destination tags when sending to a cold wallet like Tangem. HS Tiki Taki Clips. Hi, sir. So I have problems in Trust Wallet when I swap my profits into USDC Sol from Sol, and it swaps into USDC Sol. So it's not the USDC Sol. Are you asking if Tangem has native USDC? It does. Sorry, that's like a really loaded question. It does have native USDC, but you might have to bridge your crypto to get it to the native one if it's currently something else. Ditch, can I create a sub account wallet to separate funds, entities, or do I have to buy another set of cards to achieve this? Again, this would be the only way you can do this is by setting up a passphrase for your Tangem wallet. A passphrase, also known as a hidden wallet, allows you to create basically an unlimited number of wallets using that single seed phrase. And it's a completely different wallet with its own set of receiving addresses. And it's definitely not for beginners, though. And you can only access the hidden wallet. You can only access one wallet at a time if you set up your Tangem wallet with the hidden wallet. So it's not super convenient. That's why I own 7 set of Tangem cards. It's just easier to do it that way. If you want to learn how to set up your Tangem wallet with a hidden wallet so that you can have like multiple wallets with one set of cards, type that into YouTube, how to set up Tangem hidden wallet, and my video will pop up. Swapping or unstaking in Tangem, wouldn't the signature need to be revoked? It depends. When you swap crypto in Tangem, it depends on what aggregator you used. Often, like if you're using like Changely or whatever the centralized exchanges they offer, what you're actually doing is sending that crypto to the exchange, they exchange it for you, and then they send it back to you. So that doesn't require a contract approval. But if you're using a decentralized exchange, then that would require a contract approval, and you may need to revoke it depending on if you allowed like a full approval. As far as unstaking, you probably would want to revoke it. I've only staked one time on Tangem with Solana, and I don't remember exactly how it worked. But if anytime there's a contract approval, then you'll probably want to unstake, unless that approval was for a set amount. So, Kingsmore, thanks for answering. Congratulations on the baby. Thank you so much. All right, so we're coming up on the hour mark here. If you have any more questions, I'm definitely happy to answer them here on the stream. But if you're just joining, and again, you can always rewatch this live stream later, but if you're just joining, Tangem is having a sale till June 16th. Get 20% off your entire order using the code Cyberskrilla at checkout. I also have the link that will automatically apply the code in the description of this video. If you're comfortable clicking on links, just go tap that link. It'll take you to their website, and everything that you add to the cart will get that 20% off discount automatically. So yeah, looks like we got another question here. Why use Tangem over a cold storage like Ledger? Well, I still use Ledger. I say like my most used wallets are Tangem, Ledger, Trezor. But really Tangem is the most convenient wallet on the market. You don't have to charge it. You don't have to plug it in. You don't have to like use Bluetooth and wait for connections or anything. You don't have to update its firmware. Tangem is the most convenient wallet, and it's the best for beginners. So if you want something that's super convenient and secure, then that's why I'd use Tangem over Ledger. For example, I use Tangem on a weekly basis for different types of crypto things, whereas all of my other wallets like Ledger and Trezor, I use them probably once a month, if that, just because they're not as convenient and I don't really need to do anything with my crypto that's on those wallets. I basically send my crypto there and I hold it there until I'm ready to move it around or sell it. So yeah, it's really just convenience. There's no wallet that's more convenient than Tangem. Also, if you're new to cold wallets and you're kind of like hesitant to, try them out because they seem complicated, there's no better wallet to start with than Tangem, in my opinion. Even if you've never used a crypto wallet in general and you've had your crypto on an exchange, Tangem is going to be the most user-friendly wallet. Plus, it supports more cryptocurrencies and blockchain networks than most other wallets. Now, Ledger has like a pretty good selection, but with over 80 blockchain networks being supported, it's hard to beat Tangem. And the price, especially with this 20% off, you could pick up a 2-pack for like 50 or 40 bucks. Whereas if you're getting these other wallets, you're paying closer to $100. So what else? Also durability. Tangem's the most durable wallet on the market. IP68 rated, so it's waterproof, dustproof, resistant to X-ray machines, resistant to EMPs, resistant to electrostatic discharge, resistant to extreme temperatures, both hot and cold. Um, Lots of reasons to use Tangem over any other wallet on the market. But again, I'm not saying that it's necessarily better or the best wallet. I'm just saying it really just depends on what you need out of your wallet. So that's what I would say. All right. Well, we got some more. Junior Jamie, thanks for the discount on my new wallet. When we send crypto from wallet to the exchange, what would we put for destination tag? Can it be anything, or is there a specific code for it? So when you're sending crypto from your cold wallet to the exchange, when you tap the receive button on the exchange provides you with the memo tag, and that's the number that you need to enter. Don't just enter something random. You need to enter whatever the exchange is providing you with. It's kind of like an address for the exchange. So that's where you get that number. Tangem is great. Yep, super solid wallet. And I covered it earlier, but one thing a lot of people might not know about is a Tangem ring. This is a crypto wallet, works exactly the same as the cards, except it's in this discrete ring. And I guess it depends on what part of the world you live in, but like here in the US, I know a lot of people who wear dark colored rings like this. And it's pretty standard. Like this doesn't stand out at all. And the only logo on this ring is on the inside, which you probably can't even see because it's super hard to see. It has a Tangem logo on the inside. So that's like really the only like thing that would identify the ring. But if you're just wearing this ring around and you don't tell anyone what it is, then no one's going to have any idea that it's like a special crypto wallet ring. And I like this ring for traveling. Super convenient. And it's also durable, just like the cards. Again, it's waterproof, resistant to extreme temperatures, and all the same things. So if you are someone who's on the go a lot and wants to bring their crypto with them, but ensure that it's still secure, I would check out the ring. The ring also, you don't just get the ring, you get the ring and 2 cards. So you kind of get to choose how you use it. But when you order the ring, you'll get the ring and you get 2 cards. I will say, make sure you order the right size if you get the ring. There's a video on the website how to measure your ring finger, or like what I do is if you just go into your local jewelry shop, whether it's like at the mall or something, they'll size your finger for free. That's probably like the quickest and most accurate way to do it, in my opinion. I have a wedding ring, so I already knew my ring size, but again, go into any jewelry shop that sells rings and they'll be able to measure your finger for free. PM, since it uses NFC technology, can the NFC communications get hacked? No, I mean, technically anything is possible, but as of now, Tangem is immune to like NFC skimmers. There's a video from Tangem where they scanned a Tangem card with the Flipper Zero, which is a tool that is used to hack a lot of different things, including get sensitive data from like debit cards and stuff. And they scanned a Tangem card with the Flipper Zero. Again, you can go watch this on YouTube after this live stream, and it did not get any data that would lead to the wallet being compromised. It just basically said, this is a Tangem wallet. So no, NFC, there's no ways that it can be hacked through NFC as of now. 50 sat, we need multiple address in Tangem. I agree. I personally don't care that it doesn't have multiple address support, but I know a lot of people want that. And Tangem has been telling us that they're going to add the multiple address support for like a year now. It's been on their roadmap for a while, and apparently it's coming, I believe, this quarter. But until we see it, right, we don't believe it. So hopefully that is coming soon so that everyone can stop, complaining about it, because that's like, there's always going to be something else to complain about. But we've just been waiting so long. Like, just make it happen, make it a priority, right? The Flipper Zero have to be scanning when the card is being scanned for it to work. Yeah, I mean, the Flipper Zero in the video that's turned on and scanning the card, it doesn't work. The Flipper Zero can't get any personal or private data from the card. So it is immune to NFC skimmers. The Tangem wallet is. Okay. Well, unless we have any other questions, I think I'm going to end the live stream here quickly. If you have any other questions, drop them in the chat. I'll definitely pull them up. If you're watching this video later or you're just joining, you can rewatch the video. I went over a bunch of Q&A questions before I started answering your questions. And we do have another good question that just came in from John Snow. Is it safe to connect to decentralized apps using Wallet Connect? No, I would never connect any cold wallet to any decentralized apps because you're then turning your cold wallet into a hot wallet. If you want to mess around with decentralized apps, use a hot wallet. That's what those are for. That's all those are good for, in my opinion. Use a hot wallet to mess around online. Use your cold wallet for storing your crypto offline. That's the point of a cold wallet. Don't connect your cold wallet. Doesn't matter if it's Ledger, Trezor, whatever it is. Don't be connecting it to different apps if you want to keep it as a cold wallet. Again, connect your cold wallet to different apps. It becomes a hot wallet. So it's easier. It's just easier to do that anyways. You can just use a wallet like MetaMask, connect it to the app, do what you need to do, and then, send any crypto that you want to keep secure to your cold wallet. Really, the only thing you should be doing with your cold wallet is sending the crypto out of it when you're ready to sell it or whatever, and receiving crypto into it. And you can, for the most part, safely like swap and buy and sell crypto in the wallet as well. But you shouldn't be connecting your cold wallet to any external applications or websites. That's how everyone gets hacked or scammed, I guess. A lot of people who lose crypto in cold wallets, they always blame the wallet when in fact it's actually the user error. And they always do things like connected to external websites, and then they actually grant permission to these scammers without knowing to their wallet. And that's why it's just easiest to not connect it to anything. All right. So yeah, if you're just joining the live stream, again, Tangem's having their sale, 20% off. Use the code Cyberskrilla. This is good till June 16th. Otherwise, the code will get you 10% off any other day of the year. But if you want to get that 20% off right now, Cyberskrilla will do that for you. Another question, what would be the best exchange in your opinion to use when our crypto hits the levels we need? Not sure. It really just depends on where you live, what kind of crypto you have, because exchanges support different cryptocurrencies. My advice would be to have accounts on multiple crypto exchanges, not just a single one, because things can happen at any time to any exchange, and you want to be prepared. You want to have another option to use in case something does happen. Personally, I use Kraken. I've had great success with Kraken, and Kraken has some of the best customer support I've seen from any exchange. I'm talking same day support versus something like Coinbase, which is complete trash. Will never recommend that exchange to anyone. I wouldn't wish that exchange on my worst enemy, which is unfortunate because Coinbase is one of the most popular exchanges that people use, especially when they first get into crypto. But that exchange is just, it's such trash. So that's just my experience. Chris Pike, bro, do you suggest crypto solar miner? I don't talk about crypto mining too much, so nope. Thanks, I haven't seen it being tested like that before, but anyhow, this is how the flipper worked. You have to scan with the device to copy a signal. Yep, again, the Tangem is immune to NFC skimmers and all types of different physical and digital attacks. So, all right, well, I appreciate everyone joining for this live stream. Super happy to be back. And hopefully I'll be doing more live streams and getting some more videos out. But if you have any questions, just make sure to drop them in the comment, even once the live stream is over, and I'll be sure to answer them. Have a great rest of your week, and God bless.